Okay.
Put them out of your mind, Miss Huddlestone. Put them out of your mind. Well, you know what? We'll talk. We'll talk, because we're on the Tuesday show. Welcome, everybody. That's me, Mr. Cow, here with Miss Cammy Huddlestone.
Yeah.
There's a couple of fellows outside Cammy's place with an Aston Martin.
There's a very nice Aston Martin outside, and they look about my age, and I don't understand how they have this ridiculously expensive car, and I just want it. I'm so jealous right now.
Well, they're going to be jealous too, because boy, do we have some interesting stuff to talk about today.
I might genuinely have to shut the blind, because I just keep like...
It has to be because that is over there. Like, if you say Aston Martin over here, I can...
It probably doesn't mean...
That's like our Lamborghini over there.
Yeah.
That's how we'd say it.
Although, I do love a Lamborghini. But that's
cool
like
cars.
seeing like a childhood dream car just casually on your street. Like, no big deal. Whatever.
He's just staring at it so intently.
Well, one of the guys just did like a full 360 turn, like,
oh, he knows,
as if he was showing off his outfit, but he's
knows.
literally in jeans and a hoodie.
They know what they've got, but you know what? We know what we've got too here at the Press Start Show. A lack of gaming news. There really wasn't that much happening in terms of gaming news to talk about this week, and I was really happy last week because not only were we able to touch on some gaming news for those folks of you that come to this channel for gaming content, but we were also able to touch on some fun issues. So I decided that I would force in some gaming news the best way I could by telling you all that I completed another run of Cyberpunk recently. This time, getting the Pan Am ending.
Yeah, okay.
It was far better than the Rogue ending I got, where he ended as Johnny Silverhand or whatever. I kind of forget how that one went because I was editing the critique at the time. But
where he's goes and buys the guitar for the kid. You want about that one? And then he gets on the bus.
Yeah, and it's a kid whose character isn't developed at all, and CD Projekt Red loves to brag about, we make interesting characters. Not always, CD Projekt Red. Sometimes you just cram stuff in there. You've done it in both of your good games, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but don't pat yourselves on the back too quickly and too hard there, buddies. But that Pan Am ending, so much better.
So much better.
So much better, so much nicer. You feel like you're part of the El Ducado whatever gang. It's badass. You get your little jacket. You go mining. Yeah. It's basically the same kind of process of things, but good God, does it feel so much better.
It's what I feel like we said a while ago, that I feel like Cyberpunk is a far better game if you play it a specific way.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's one of those things, like, your experience can be 10 times better if you took this path and had this ending and made that decision and played it like this. And that's not an excuse, because like if a game has multiple choice like that, it should be good however you play it. But I feel like people's experience with the game is vastly different depending on how you play through it.
Because they were trying to make basically what people were expecting was 3 different games with 3 different endings based on where you started, and those 3 different games with 3 different endings would have 3 different branching off endings. So 9 endings, basically. Not an impossible task, but it is a ton of work, especially for an open world game like that. And that's just so hard to do, and CD Projekt Red wasn't quite up to the task of that, even if that was their original intention, which it looks like it most likely wasn't their original intention. The original intention was to have these start jumping off points, but the story's going to be the same. Their original intention most likely was to have those endings that we had. Maybe the secret ending was supposed to be better, because the secret ending isn't actually a secret ending.
Yeah, the secret ending could have been amazing.
It really could have been.
If you said the premise to someone, like going essentially on a suicide run, it's the only ending where you and Johnny are both conscious and both like
Yeah, that would have been
Like to
awesome.
finish it off in like a with like a bang
That'd have been like
would
the
have been
coolest
really
way to do
cool.
it, and like that's the
Yeah.
coolest, definitely the coolest path going through Arasaka Tower, by far. It's the most difficult. It's the most interesting, like visually, other than maybe the Pan Am one where you're going through the desert and you have that big sandstorm in like the
Yeah.
background, which mine was glitching out like crazy. I fiddled with things a little bit so I could try to get the frame rate up because I like driving cars and motorcycles, and anytime you do that in Cyberpunk, that frame rate just starts ticking down nice and steadily. So I think it may have affected the way that storm was working because it kept like flickering in and out and then disappearing and coming back at random points.
Yeah.
So once you look past the problems, integrally with the game and its structure, and you look past the endings that aren't satisfying, you'll find a good one. So yeah, it really is like you have to play the game a
Mm.
specific way, which begs the question, if that specific way is the best way, why even bother with the other endings? Because those other
Just make it
endings,
linear.
well, yeah, if it's linear, that's fine, but those other endings, they're not like satisfying in any way, and they don't like have any meaning behind them, and they're just like, oh no, this is how it goes, and you're kind of left with a big question mark, and it's unresolved. At least the Pan Am ending is resolved. It's like, we're going to Arizona. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Or even the Johnny ending, I would say, is kind of resolved almost. But where you go to the space station, like that is complete. And I feel like that's what they meant to be like the real deal ending, too.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that that's kind of the canon ending,
What a garbage canon
but it's
ending. It feels
rubbish.
unfinished. Like,
I
for a
had the
game that's
glitch
pretty
where
much
everything that
unfinished.
was kind of blue, and it took until Luke's video for me to realize that was a glitch.
Yeah, that's
I
not
thought that
normal.
was just a really rubbish
It's to
like
show
design
how
choice.
V feels inside. They feel blue and
Yeah, or like
sad.
a because V and Johnny both have the sort of like colors, don't they?
That's right. Now they've mixed
And now they're like, oh,
yellow and wait, no, it's yellow and
no,
what's
it's red and blue, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
maybe.
guess.
I don't know. But anyway, I was like, oh, it's a choice. It's a stupid choice, but it's a choice. And now it's like they're both sitting on the car.
They're both sitting on the car.
They're
See
both.
how derailing
I'm gonna shut the blind.
those
They're
fools are out there. Go for it, Miss
so
Huddlestone.
annoying.
Those Aston Martins. You know what I call them? Asshole Martins. I like the cars though. Nothing against the cars here. Just the couple of the people driving them over in the area there.
Stupid kids with lives better than mine.
Oh, those bastards. Well, you know what? They don't get to be here talking about video games because last night I also made it a point to because
Mhm.
I've been talking some shit on Cyberpunk,
You have.
some mad shit, and so I thought I would try to back up my statement. I was saying that Fallout 4 is in a better state than Cyberpunk at this point, and it is actually a more fun game than that one in every facet. Because what it lacks in RPG skills, it makes up for in just fantastic open world shooting, like and a fun crafting system. And all these different places you can do that, a good companion system, a good leveling system, and just a lot of love and care put into the world. Maybe not in the extent of Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk built an awesome open world, but moving
Mm.
around that open world is horrible. At least Fallout kind of had that down. There might not be any cars, but it is like you walk around, you can find a bunch of stuff, and the UI too in Fallout 4, because I was just playing it again last night, is supremely better than Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's takes up so much of the screen, but Fallout 4's is all just along the bottom. There's nothing extra there. It's all very, very simple. You have your compass, and the entire screen is opened up to you. It looks awesome the entire time. Like, I love it so much. And it's almost made me double down on my love of that game after playing through it a little bit more last night because I was like, holy crap. Like, there's so many things CD Projekt Red could have done to make Cyberpunk work. And I don't think it was time crunch stuff. I think it was just decisions they made based
Yeah,
on what
I
kind of game they were
agree.
making. And they were bad decisions, which is a shame. It's a damn shame. But you know what I have on my desk right now, Miss Huddlestone?
No, please
I
show.
am a subscriber to Game Informer.
Oh, I thought it was going to be another Peter thing.
No, 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 no. I don't get that for another week, I don't think. So stay tuned for that, everybody. You're
Don't
gonna
know
grab
if you
the
just
Yoda.
heard. Yeah, we're going to listen together.
Oh, great. Well, I got my Game Informer, and lo and behold, look who's on the cover of the Game Informer. Good old Deathloop. Boy, oh
Right.
boy, did that not age super well because the game got
No,
delayed. But
it
look
did.
how badass that cover is. Right as I saw this thing, I was like, shit. And I
It is
got
badass.
immediately more excited for the game because Deathloop looks like a lot of fun. I want to play it desperately. And now not only is it still, a PlayStation exclusive, but I do have more time to get my PlayStation 5 at least.
Mhm.
At least there's that, because I don't think I would have been able to get one by May when it was originally releasing. Now in
No.
August, I think, when it's releasing, August or September.
August, September. I don't remember the exact date, but
Something like that. A little after summer, maybe a little before the summer
yeah,
comes to an end. I may have some time to get that PlayStation and get
fingers
on
crossed.
the Deathloop train. It sounds like so much fun. It's one of my most anticipated games of
I
this
was gonna
point, maybe other
say
than like Bethesda's new thing.
it's like the biggest one you've been talking about for all this time, really.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm so
Just so
excited.
excited.
I'm so
I'm excited as well. I am excited as well. But I feel like there are games I'm more excited for, but they're all like further away, like Ragnarok and um, Horizon sequel and all that sort of thing.
Oh, Horizon sequel is apparently on track to come out this year.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't even have a date yet, so I kind
That's
of
true. Maybe they mean December 31st, and
yeah.
then they'll
So
release it, and it's an odd time to release a game and no one plays it.
although Horizon's on the first Horizon's on the is it play at home scheme that PlayStation do?
Oh, I really don't like PlayStation confuses the crap out of me. While Game Pass doesn't work great on PC and has a bunch of issues, at least that one's like very clear what it is. But PlayStation now has like 3 or 4 things where
Oh,
you
this
can
isn't
get
PlayStation
games.
Now.
This isn't a PlayStation Now type thing.
No, this is just since the pandemic started, they've been making certain games just free.
And
So
they
you
call it
don't have
PlayStation like home?
play at home.
Play at home.
As in like we're all stuck at home, have some video games.
Well, that's a
We
nice
make
thing to do. Although, again, it's
yeah.
another thing that they're doing where it's like, all right, I have PS Now, I've got my PS Plus. I also got to keep my eye out for, play at home. And where Microsoft is just all in one nice little package. And I can play Horizon Zero Dawn on my PC now, which is good fun. I do enjoy that game. So, but I
Have you
didn't get it for
finished it?
free. No, I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
Honestly, I lost a little bit of interest in it because it got a little repetitive for me. Just, I liked
Yeah.
fighting the bad guys and all that, but it really felt like they could have. I don't know. I think it's a good game. I think I just need to be more in the mood for it when I'm playing it.
It happened to me. I like first time I played through it, I got maybe like 70% through the story. And I was just starting to like tip off of feeling like I'm kind of bored now. This is going on a bit, and and then like I went back and I went from the start, and when I was more in the mood and played all the way through it, and I realized I was like, just like if I'd just done the next mission, it was going to reveal so much more, and I would have got back into it again. But I know what you mean about like falling off it. I think you do have to stick with it because after there's like I'm sure there's like one dip where the tone really slows down and it's quite easy to kind of like get distracted by other games, but if you stick with it, it really picks up again and it's incredible. I really love it.
Well, then I better get a moving on that game. Now that I'm done
Yeah.
with Cyberpunk, I'm gonna free up a bunch of space on the old computer here. So maybe that'll be the one to take its spot because
Mm,
I do think that I have no interest in going through Cyberpunk again. I don't know why. I wanted to do that other one to give it the benefit of the doubt, that other ending, and it was definitely worth
yeah.
it. I liked getting that ending. It was good fun. I built up that relationship with Pan Am. I was a badass. super cool.
Nice.
But it's like at that point now where, as much as I like the world, I think I'll wait until like IGN does their story where they're like, we know we gave Cyberpunk on PC a 9 out of 10 when it was in a
Mm.
horrible, horrible state and it had a lot of problems. Now that it's in a perfect state, we're giving it a 9 out of 10. It looks fantastic because that's what IGN does all the time. They'll never give anything a 10 out of 10 unless it's like an indie game or a Nintendo game. That's their favorite thing to
Yes.
do. But I'll stay tuned for that, IGN. I'm watching
Mm.
you. Also, stop
I'm
telling me to get rid of my ad blocker. It's because you guys have too many ads. IGN.
wow.
Jeez.
Hatred for I can't speak today. Hatred for IGN.
I love you, IGN. I really do. It's like one of my go-to gaming websites. But sometimes they have just way too many ads. And if I want to just look at something real quick, I will turn on my ad blocker, which I don't usually do when I'm on like creative sites like that, where it's people making stuff, especially on YouTube. I don't have my ad blocker on.
Yeah.
I'll watch the ads, be like, oh well, I'm watching these 30-second things to help support this creator a little bit. I'll do that, but every once in a while, good God, like
Too many ads.
too many ads. IGN and Reddit both have that issue. I feel like YouTube hasn't quite gotten to that really annoying point yet.
Yet.
Plus, when I do it on YouTube, I feel like a good person. So there's that. But you guys are all in luck because you don't have to sit through ads on our videos. So enjoy
Yeah.
these times while you can, because God knows we want that money. That's
I
all
want
we
that
care
Aston
about.
Martin. So
We're getting an Aston Martin. That's going to be our first. You know what? I'll say it now. If we get 1 million subscribers, we're going to buy an Aston Martin, and we're going to
for me,
scoop out its insides and turn it into a bathtub.
no.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You don't think that'd be awesome?
It would be awesome, but I mean, I suppose if you had millions and millions and millions of pounds or dollars, you could do that. But I feel like if all you could afford was an Aston Martin and then you bought one and scooped out its innards to turn it into a bath, that's wrong.
I think it's badass. Who do you think is right? Post down in the comments below. We'll maybe read them even. But no, yeah, we're going to
Maybe.
turn it into a bathtub.
If we have enough money to buy like 10, sure.
Okay. Okay. All
I'm,
right. I'll
I'm
take
not
that
against
deal.
I'm not against the idea, but if all we have is enough money for one Aston Martin,
I can't turn it into a
and then we're
bathtub.
all penniless, and we all put all of our money in to buy the Aston
If
Martin.
we're penniless, we might as well have a place to, bathe ourselves.
No.
Ooh, poking big holes in your plan, Miss Whittlestone.
No, we might as well have a car, and then we can drive, and like, yeah, okay, you make a good point.
I make an excellent point.
God damn it.
An excellent, excellent point.
God damn it.
Well, do you guys know what time of the show it is? It's our classic segment. Our classic segment that we always do. The best segment. It's called What Did Jacob Waste Money On This Week? It's a classic segment. I went to a Walmart and I needed a new cable for my other monitor because ideally when I'm talking, I want to be looking like this. I can't do that because that's just a black screen right now where that camera's set up on top of because it's not plugged in
Yes.
and the cable's gone. So it looks, to me, it's very strange to do that because I'd like to have like a script and then like everything. And honestly,
Yeah.
when I get that cable finally, good God, is that going to feel bizarre to finally have two screens because I've never had two monitors before. But I went to Walmart and got a little set of like a cord and a bunch of pieces at the end that can plug into your monitor and power it as like a little variety set. Not one of the pieces worked on my monitor, and now it is sitting on my desk in a mess behind a wine glass, and
Nice.
I spent $30 on it. Put it on screen. $30 Jacob wasted this week. However, I did put some of that money to good use, I think. Oh, right. I got a new controller. A nice, fresh little wired controller for my PC.
Very
It's
nice.
very
Very
nice. If you
nice.
would like to join the giveaway for the old one from the original Xbox One, I believe, it's it's not great. It has a bit of a
Hmm.
stench to it. Go ahead and comment down below. I'm cuckoo for Elitch Gardens Resort in Denver, Colorado. If you type that down there, we'll enter you in the giveaway, and this bad boy might just be yours. Am I going to follow through on that? Fuck it. If we get enough comments, yeah, why not? Anyways, Cammy, it's time for your
I think
segment of the show.
if one person comments that, you should just give it to them.
I think I should.
If someone
It
types
still
all that
works, I
out,
think. I got the new one mainly because my
it
cords weren't
still
working.
works, I think.
It's got some gunk on it.
Nice. Oh, don't remove it. That makes it more special.
Oh, that's right. It's press start gunk. It's
One
for
of a
your health.
kind.
Well, it's time for our next segment of the show. Jolly old England. Cammy. In
Yes.
jolly old England there, I'm going to think of a few things, and you're going to say what they're called in England. And then I will
Okay.
say what they're called over here in good old America. First, we need to start off with, what do you call your last meal of the day?
Tea.
See, over here, as normal people, we call it dinner.
A
Because,
lot of people over here would call it dinner. That's like a regional thing over here.
ooh,
Because some people
ooh.
might call it supper, some people might call it tea, some people might call it dinner.
Can we all agree that supper is the worst name for it, though?
Oh, yeah.
Supper is the worst name for the last meal of your day.
I would say tea, but like my mum calls it dinner.
Okay, tea and dinner, I think, are... Because while
dinner.
tea is a drink, you know, I got my sweet tea here. Watch me take a swig, gamers. It's not a meal. Like, if you're drinking tea as a meal, you'll starve to death and die.
Yeah.
So, remember,
No.
eat healthy is the moral of that first question. Let's go with another one. Ms. Huddlestone,
Yes.
what do you call a post office?
Post office.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
That's the correct answer. That's the correct
What?
answer. Everybody, way to go.
What did you think I would call it?
I was just thinking of random things. I was trying to think of some everyday... What would name a few things that you think aren't right. Maybe that's the way we play this game, that you think are different over
Well,
here.
There's a lot of things that I just know are different.
Like what? Because I don't know.
Like
any of
I
them.
would call it a pavement.
A pavement? That's what
You
you
would
call the
call it-
sidewalk?
You would call it a sidewalk.
You call the sidewalk a pavement?
Yeah, because it's a pavement.
Everything's a pavement.
No, it's pavement.
You guys love your ambiguous terms over there. Oh, we're having tea. What's that mean? All food that you eat, you know, at dinner time. Why not call it dinner? Oh, we're going to go walk on the pavement. What's that? Oh, you know, it's that little road for people to walk on next to the actual road.
If I were to say give the baby the dummy, would you know what that means?
I assume it was a Catholic Church term for not good
No.
things.
No, you would say a pacifier.
Give the baby a dummy.
A
And we
dummy
say
is a pacifier.
Over here, I've heard people over here call it a nook nook
No.
as an actual thing, and I think that's
It's
the
a
best
dummy.
term ever for anything. Yeah, get that thing a nook nook.
Nappy.
Okay, hold on.
know what
Nappy
that
would
is?
be... That's circumcision, right?
No.
Okay. I have no idea what that could be.
Diaper. You would say a diaper.
You call it a... What? That is, that is actual
nappy.
insanity. How did I not know about any of these things? And how do you
don't
know
know.
about them?
Because over here we learn about other cultures.
Hey, man, I know about Mexico.
In America, like, you know,
We're a little self-involved. We got so many
Yeah.
places we can go within America to see so much crazy stuff where people are like... It's like when you have, like, a lollipop or whatever, and then, like, the different places you go, people will call it suckers, or people will call them, like... what's the other one? Suckers is the weirdest one. And then... Oh, no! I don't remember what the other variation of lollipop and suckers is. Post it down in the comments, because God knows I'm not Googling that.
No,
But
we
yeah,
call it a
like there's
lollipop as
some
well.
down here, but Britons are especially strange. It's almost like a
Um,
whole new language.
if I were to
Almost.
say trolley, what would you think of?
I've heard people call like the cart at a grocery store that. Is
Yeah,
that right?
that's
Oh,
yeah, trolley.
yeah. I knew. I work at a grocery store.
Yeah,
I've worked at a grocery store for almost 3 or 4 years now. Not the same one. I've worked at 4 different grocery stores over about 3 years. Doing a great job.
nice.
Killing it.
um, Aluminium.
That's just nonsense what you just said. I know what you're trying to say, but I'm not going to enable your ability to say it.
No, I was saying it correctly. I was
Aluminum.
saying it aluminium.
How would you say, like the big shark prehistoric thing?
The
Big
megalodon.
shark prehistoric monster. You know the name of that one? Because I heard someone saying that British people like to call it Megalodon.
No,
Okay, good.
megalodon.
Megalodon. At least we can
Megalodon.
agree on that. Aluminium is absolute nonsense.
Aluminium.
I
Because
was
how
I was
it's
playing Fallout 4 last
oh
night, like I said, and I remember I found an aluminum can, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm glad I went back for that thing." And your use of the word aluminium, which is a different substance,
aluminium.
it's like the British version of it, where it's
Or it
the,
wears a top hat instead.
yeah, it has a little top hat and it drinks tea and
Mustache. Yeah.
it
Monocle.
sucks. Cammy went on a little holiday. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just had a weekend away. It was only like it was just a little town, like a 45-minute drive.
Still badass.
Thanks.
Because that's what my family would do with a place called Estes Park, Colorado, every once and again, which is a
Yeah.
lovely national park area with trees and beavers of all sorts, including bears. Don't go there. No one go there. Anyways, you went off to what looks like, I believe, an elvish village, it looks like,
Okay.
with some moats.
It's called Matlock. Matlock Bath.
Matlock. Oh, you got the Matlock then, mate.
Fucking hell.
Oh, I done a Matlock there. It's beautiful. I'm looking at the pictures here. You can't see them, but you can look at Matlock. There's a goat, of course. Matlock's
Yeah,
famous
well,
goats.
it's not at all. It just so happened that we went through Airbnb
Oh,
and
nice.
like little place we stayed at just because it's a really nice area, and it just so happened that the house we stayed at had goats, and they were like, "Yeah, you can feed the goats, you can pet the goats, it's fine." I made such good friends with the goats.
That's fantastic.
The
I did. I
goats
had a
could
few
pick.
friends that had goats growing up.
Yeah, loved it.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, thanks.
Goats are badass. Well, that looks like a
Goats are
lovely
badass.
little getaway there, Miss Huddlestone.
Thanks.
It does. It makes me want to go to an Airbnb because we were gonna, me and some of my friends were gonna go get an Airbnb in jolly old Denver, and I was gonna do some stand up down there while I had the chance, and we were just gonna have a fun time going to the museum, going to the many video game stores. They have you ever been to a barcade?
Excuse me?
A barcade, like a bar arcade.
No.
Denver's got like 6 of them, and they
Oh
are
my
the
God.
coolest. It's just you get drunk and you play video games.
I don't think that's a thing here.
Ooh, it's gotta be. It'll be a thing there soon.
I was going to say, if it is, there's probably only a couple and it'll be like a growing thing.
Here's hoping
But
it keeps growing, because God, is that like the best? I remember we stayed in a hotel when I was like 17, I think, 3 years ago, down there for whatever reason. I don't really remember. And there was a barcade like across the street from our hotel. I'm much too young to go at the time. So I was like, "Aw, shit." And I like looked at pictures of it. It looks bad ass, Miss Huddlestone.
it sounds incredible.
It sounds awesome. So right as I'm 21, we'll
Get
probably
pissed
shoot
and
for
play
next
video
year.
games
Oh yeah, just video games,
and
beer,
alcohol. Oh,
outside of your house too, so you don't feel like you're out in the public place doing it, which makes apparently that makes drinking better. I don't know.
Um, yeah, I think it probably does.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I'm too young.
I think it's more important the people you're with is more important. But I don't know, especially after like all this lockdown shit, to just be outside of the house.
That too. That
It's
was
incredible.
especially weird when I went and did stand up. No one was wearing masks. Everyone was just inside this
Really?
bar doing stand up. And there was a good amount of people there. Like a fair, I think the largest crowd I ever did stand up for. That felt really freaky. And I'm still kind of reeling from that experience. I was like, what the
How
hell
was
was
it?
that?
How was the stand up?
It was pretty good. A group of really cool people. A
Good.
guy by the name of Dominic Syracuse was running it. Very nice man. Yeah, everyone there was great. Everyone did a fantastic job, I think. A lot of people there, a lot of kind people. Only one kind of heckler talking too loudly, and our good host, Dominic Syracuse, handled it beautifully just by
Good.
turning the entire attention of the crowd on them, and they got embarrassed and moved seats right after that.
Nice.
So that was
Nice.
lovely to see. But yeah, it was fantastic. And speaking of
Good.
fantastic, there's a leak we need to talk about, Ms. Huddlestone.
Shit.
And that's right. Now, this leak is a very interesting one that has been
Okay.
posted to r/gaming leaks and rumors. A group of people that are absolutely phenomenal and every once in a while complete and utter morons. In this
Nice.
case, complete and utter morons. It's a leak for Grand Theft Auto 6. And it's
Hey.
I want to put up the picture. In fact, I'm going to try to put up the picture real quick. We'll see how this
Okay.
transfers over. Can you see
Oh,
that?
I can.
That's the leak.
Wow.
Can you
I
see
mean,
that?
it's practically confirmation, isn't it?
That has to be the laziest Photoshop job I have ever seen in my entire life. The background doesn't look like they're anywhere on the earth. It looks like they're in another realm. And then it's the most basic little island piece of a map. And the lady's
No,
like looking at
no,
her paper like, whoa. I
no,
know, who knows? Maybe I'm an idiot and we're looking at it and it's like, oh, no, this guy
no.
walked
You know,
in.
if when it's announced and the map looks exactly like that,
If it maybe it'll look exactly like that, like a
I will
nice
piss
little
myself.
with no sections or islands or anything, which is something that I can almost guarantee they'll be doing in that game, so that people will use boats more often.
Can you imagine if it never came out?
GTA 6, well, we're looking at, Elder Scrolls 6. Something about that sixth game, getting it out's just a little too difficult, unless you're Final Fantasy. Final
In which
Fantasy
case,
made 6, no one cared, and then they kept making games nonstop. Then they did 7, 9, 10, and now they're on to 16. 7, 9, and 10 being my favorites so far.
I was gonna say, is there a reason you just
Oh, because 7, 9, and
decided
10 are...
to?
10 is, like, hilarious at moments with the way it was localized. There's, like, that one part where... I think I've talked about this on the channel before. Where the main character, I forget his name, he's like, I didn't cry, and then, like, a tiny little goblin creature in a hood runs by that looks like Mickey Mouse, and just stands there and goes, you cried, and it's just a hard cut back to the game. Like, that is one of the funniest instances ever. Like, it's not like 9 and 7, I feel like, are definitely the two, like, most situated tone-wise, and
Mm.
just know exactly what they're doing, and I love both those games so much. They are phenomenal. But GTA 6, is that leak going to do it? No. And let's break down this scenario right quick. Let's say me and Cammy are gaming journalists searching after a hot take. And
I
we
mean,
live in
come on.
California, because I think that's where Rockstar is. I think they also, you know what? They have a base in the UK, I'm pretty sure, don't they?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we're in the
Right,
jolly
start north.
UK. We're in Millersburg or whatever it's called. We
Sure.
uh we go out and we're like, okay, rumor has it, this place, Miss Huddlestone, this place is working on the map for Grand Theft Auto 6. I say we go in disguised as plumbers, sneak into one of the offices and snap a picture. What do you say?
Okay. I say I'll wear green, you wear red.
Okay.
Mustaches would probably
That would probably help too. And
help the
it would be
disguise.
helpful for us to, maybe get like some utility belts
Hmm.
and maybe work on our cardio a little bit.
Should go for accents as well.
Accents would be
Help the
good. They wouldn't be able to
disguise.
detect us. What accents are you
Thinking,
thinking?
I'm thinking Italian.
Italian accent, Italian plumbers.
Kind of,
Okay, I
kind
think
of
we can get
a
away with that.
yeah, kind of a. It's a me, kind of like
It's a
that sort
me,
of.
your plumber. Yeah, it's a me. I'm your plumber. That's pretty. That's not quite Italian. It's a me, your plumber. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. But we work on
It
our
would help.
accents.
Yeah, it might help if we had names.
You know what? Why don't you be? Because you'll probably be wearing green. Because I assume
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah. Green. Yeah,
green's better on people that are a little bit taller, and I think you're a little bit taller than me. So we'll call you. We'll go with Luigi because you'll be wearing a mustache. They won't know you're a lady.
yeah.
And I'll go with
Kind of
Mario.
hair up. Yeah,
Yeah, two very basic Italian names. Uh,
yeah.
all right, let's give it a go. Let's go. There might be some obstacles we have to jump over once we get in there.
I should point out I'm scared of ghosts.
Oh, okay. Well, you know that
So
the Rockstar has a habit of killing people that work too slowly, so we'll try to stay away from that.
okay, thank you.
But we go in.
I'll follow
Mario,
you.
Luigi and I go in.
Yeah.
We do this whole ruse, and the first thing we do is we find this lady working on the portrait of the map that will most likely be used on the screen, and we take a picture of it and walk out.
But we don't want to get caught.
Right, we don't want to get caught. So we
In, out.
out. We go in through the front
Good.
door, out the back door, if you know what I mean. Go down the piping.
Yeah.
That's the only way to spit it out. And that's how we got the picture. Does it sound far-fetched and ridiculous?
No,
No,
not
not
at
at
all.
all. In fact, I'm starting to believe that this leak is 100% true now. Now I think it's absolutely right. Also, we just improv the fuck out of that situation, I must
We
say.
did.
We nailed that. We were yes-anding like crazy. That was
Yeah.
actually fantastic. Fuck. Yeah, what a note to end on. Shit.
Nice.
Well, thank you all very much for tuning in on the Tuesday show. If you wanted more video game content, tell video game people makers to hurry up because we don't have
Make
time.
some
Also, if
food.
there's something you want us to talk about, post it in the comments below because we'll be taking a look at those for sure to see if there's anything you want to hear about.
It's probably going to be that vampire lady, isn't it?
It'll probably be that vampire lady. I could talk about her for minutes. Hell, maybe even tens of minutes. But there's not much. The game's not even out yet, you thirsty bastards. But we'll see you next time. Drink some water. Idiot. Any words of wisdom, Miss Cuddlestone? Cuddlestone. Fuck.
Goodlestone.
Miss Cammy Huddlestone. Miss Huddlestone.
No, I think we should end it there. I think that was perfect.
Miss Cuddlestone. What a lovely name that would be, too. Because you're cuddled up by a stone.
Oh.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.